Jim, it's a 2-1 win here today. We left it late, but we got the win in the end. What was your assessment of the game?
Yeah, I think I think it was a difficult game, Jim. In particular in the first half, I felt it was quite an evenly matched game. But we get the equaliser at a good time. There's no doubt about that. It kind of changed my team talk at half time, if you like, and we were in a far more positive place than had we came in at one down. But I think the second half, the players deserve so much credit. They really took the game by the scruff of the neck. And got at Ross County from the 46th minute onwards, and we should have made it a whole lot more comfortable for us, and I suppose that's the major frustration for me and for the players as well, because we work hard to get in good areas, and nobody misses an opportunity on purpose, but we have to do better in front of goal. It's as simple as that, because we're getting in some great areas and we just need to try and work the goalkeeper a little bit better.
Yeah, like you mentioned, there were chances in that second half, but given how strong the second half performance was, that must be the thing that pleases you most.
It is, absolutely, yeah, and like I say, it's when you're one goal down at home, it can be difficult because the opposition can then sit with 10 men behind the ball and look to hit you on the counter attack. And I thought Ross County done that very well in the first half. There was times where we were looking comfortable in possession up and around the final third of the pitch, and they hit us on the break, and it happened 2 or 3 times in the first half. But the players deserve an immense amount of credit, honestly, just to have that character to come back from a goal behind and to win it in the manner that they did. It would have been very easy to just assume it wasn't going to be our day and let the heads go down, but they didn't do that. They kept going right till the final whistle, and they got the rewards with a terrific goal.
Yeah, it's a brilliant finish, as you mentioned, from Sam. How pleased were you for him to get that goal, and how pleased were you on a day like today when it can be like, it's never going to happen, that it did happen?
Delighted for Sam, obviously. I think he's been very, very consistent since he's came into the club. He's got a vast amount of experience from his time down in England, but he's got great energy levels, Sam. He's one of the fittest boys in the squad. When we do the GPS stuff with Junior, he's one of the ones that runs the most distance and covers the most ground. So he's a very good example and a good role model to the younger players in the group. But we know he's got that quality. When he was down in England, he played a little bit more advanced and further forward, and he played on the wing at times as well. And so we know he's got that technical ability to take people on and to score goals like that today. So it was a really, really well taken goal. It wasn't a scrappy goal. It was actually the build up to it, although people will only remember Sam's strike going in the top corner, the build up to it was brilliant as well. And you make substitutions and hoping that they come on and make an impact, and Kyle McAllister and Tony play a big part in the goal. Kyle has got the composure and the awareness just to pop it around the corner to Tony when maybe somebody else would have just tried to hook it on. Tony then picks it up, drives at the back 4, commits the defender, has the awareness of Sam coming around the back of him, and a perfectly weighted pass for Sam to walk onto and smash into the top corner. So really pleased for the group. There's 1 or 2 disappointed not to start today, obviously, but we know we've got a busy couple of weeks coming up, and the whole squad is going to need to be utilised at certain moments. And the lads, Tony and that came on, I'm delighted for them because they made a big contribution.
You looked like you changed the sort of formation coming into the game. It looked like a 4-4-2. Ryan Flynn was out wide. Is he one of those players that you feel you can trust to play kind of anywhere? I thought he was immense in that position today, and he plays in the centre, but today's went out there. Do you feel you can trust him all over?
Flinny's played most of his career in that kind of position, whether it's wide right or wide left, but he's obviously been playing as a deeper midfielder for me purely because technically he'll take the ball anywhere, and he very rarely wastes a pass, he very rarely gives it away, and his reading of the game, because of the experience he has, is brilliant in that defensive midfield position. But today I wanted to try and get Kyle McGuinness more into the middle of the park, because I felt that we knew that Ross County were going to play 4-4-2, so we felt that we just go and match them up, and I fancied Sam and Kyle to get the better of the midfield battle in there, and hopefully get Kyle a little bit further up the park and be able to get some shots off that we know he's capable of. Probably didn't happen enough today, there's no doubt about that, but we've got some really good flexibility in the group. We've got a number of players, particularly in the attacking areas, that can play a number of positions if and when needed. So no, Ryan done really well, and he can be happy with his performance today. But I think it's probably not right of me to single any one individual out. I thought collectively as a group there wasn't many, in fact anyone that had a below par performance. We didn't play brilliant, I'm not standing here and saying we passed Ross County off the park, we didn't, but we were definitely the better team on the day, and Ross County boys know that. Any of our fans that were here today will have seen it. We should have made it a lot more comfortable than what it was, but football's a 90-minute game and you've got to play right up until the last whistle, and we done that today.
That was obviously our first home game in over a month, and now we've got one coming up on Tuesday night as well. Jack Ross comes back with his Hibs side. How much are you looking forward to that again? Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. And obviously the home form, like you mentioned, has been outstanding. And if we could just sort out our form on the road, then we would be in a far better position that we're in. But 6 home games, won 3, drew 2, and lost 1, and only conceded our second goal in those games here this afternoon. I don't think there's anybody in the country that's got a better home defensive record than us. So 2 wins back to back as well, obviously, beating St Johnstone and then following that up with another victory here against Ross County. So I couldn't be any happier for the players, and obviously to send the supporters home happy as well. But you're right, Hibs is a different kettle of fish again. They're a very, very good team. They've obviously had a really good lift with Jack going into the club as well, and I see they won today. So we know what to expect. Hibs have got a really big squad and a lot of quality to choose from. So we'll have to be on it. We'll have to recover well tomorrow and Monday and make sure that we're at it again on Tuesday night.
An interesting one for you coming up against Jack. He was obviously the manager that took you to Alloa, and then you replaced him. First time you'll come up head to head against him in the dugout.
Yeah, I mean, Jack, I kind of obviously knew Jack briefly, a teammate, and then he was the PFA rep that came into the club, so got to know him a little bit more through that, and then obviously he signed me at Alloa. I loved working with him. He's just he's a good guy. He's got a good manner about him. We're very, very similar, in fact, in terms of how we want to play the game. I think we're both honest people in terms of how we treat the players and how we speak to the players, and everybody is treated the same, and we've got similar beliefs on how the game should be played. So hopefully that will make for a very good and entertaining game on Tuesday. I hope the fans give him a warm welcome, because I think he deserves that. But as soon as the referee blows that whistle and the game kicks off, it's important to remember that he's the enemy after that, and we want to try and make his night as difficult as possible.
Jim, thanks very much for your time.